I'm gonna try. I mean, I'm not really gonna count macros, so I mean, I'm gonna try. Basically, I mean, like I said, I'm gonna eat when I'm hungry, when I feel like it, and not eat when I don't, and try to push myself little by little, to more and more, and get back to where I was. Because where I was before, I had a window, an eating window from like noon to 8, and then after that, I was fasting. So I'm gonna try to get back to that if I can, but right now I just need to look at it as long as I'm eating foods, then I'm okay.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, because when I started doing keto, and this is what I was telling her before we started recording, um, it's a lifestyle change. It really is, and it's not just like some pop word that I'm using. You really do change your life. You have to find restaurants that you can eat at. You have to, tell people when you're at their house if they're making something, if they want to cook for you or whatever. It's something that it's a total lifestyle change. So, like, what I did was for the first month or two, before I started, I said goodbye. Like, I gave myself closure with my foods that I really, really enjoyed. And to some people, this might sound totally crazy, but, like, to me, it was a necessary thing because knowing that I'm giving myself this one last chance to have this, that, or the other, um, that was okay for me. That was like a closure point for me. And so, yeah, I mean, for me, that's what works. And it might work for somebody else out there, but for someone else, it might not work. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, I feel like I don't get tired of foods very easily. So, like, if I spent a whole month, like, eating pizza and sushi and Chinese food, I'd stop eating pizza, sushi, and Chinese food.
well, for me, like, I mean, I'm a pizza fanatic. I'm a spaghetti fanatic. Like, I like Italian food, okay? Um, and so even though I know it's like I just had to be with my, to be with the fact that it's not forever. When I'm down at my goal weight, I could probably pick up some extra carbs and have a meal of my favorite stuff. So it's just like, this is what I'm eating now, but I'm going to stop eating this soon. So I
And
prepare.
that goes to a point of, purists versus not, because a lot of people will be like, once you go keto, you will never eat those things again. And if you do, then you're not keto, and
But
be gone with you.
But the truth of the matter is, and I'm going to talk about that in our next segment, because I have some stuff to say about some stuff. But, like, even if it's, and for me, and I realize that this could be the case, even if I'm telling myself this isn't goodbye forever, it's just kind of see you later, spaghetti. And I'm telling myself this, and I'm phasing it out, and I cognitively know that I'm phasing this out. And there may be come a time where I'm close to my goal weight and these pants actually fit me loose, and I don't want it, but I told myself that this was just kind of like, see you later, and eventually when I get to that point where I could have it, I won't want it. And so it's kind of like, for me anyway, like known reverse psychology, I guess is the best way to describe it. Um, because I may not want it in the future, but if I do, I'm not going to stop myself because I know that um, I know about portion control now, which I did it before. Well, I knew about it, I just didn't practice it. And, I know that I am capable of getting to where I've gotten. So, like, as long as I keep things under control, um, I can have like my favorite foods of one day if I wanted them, if it got to that point. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like the way that I do keto and the way that like um I do it is just I have actually done 15 carbs per day. And Amber says that it's really strict, and it is. But if I just figured that was my macros. That's kind of what I put in for my macros, because I really wanted to go hard. I really wanted to. I basically had binged on pizza for a month before starting keto. Like Celeste pizzas and all this other stuff. And I was a pizza fiend. Like, I'm part of the Domino's Pizza Club. Like, and I've earned free pizzas.
Pizza people knew my name.
Yeah. They're like, oh, hey, we haven't heard from you in a week.
Right? I'm literally waiting for them to come to my door and like knock on my door and do a like welfare check.
Yes, exactly. They're like, are you still alive? No, but like, I mean, I was like, for the month before I started keto, like, and I have a lot of favorite foods that I just haven't had, and if they were in front of me, I'd probably still say no, maybe, but like, because I know what's at stake, you know what I mean? But I spent that month saying goodbye to everything, or that month or 2 months, because what happened is, in between the time that I had started developing bad eating habits again and the time that I started doing keto, was losing a job and living on a really, really tight budget, to where I could only spend $100 on groceries or $150 on a good month. And thinking that all I could afford was crap food, processed food. Oh, Hot Pockets are 2 for $5. That's great. Vegetables go bad in a day. Like, I'm just going to eat this processed crap, and that's all I can do. And I noticed, like, Amber was doing keto and low carb, and I always said it was just so hard to do on a budget. But once I resigned to the fact that I was going to do keto, I started watching videos of how people were doing it on a budget, and it became like a thing for a minute. Oh, let's do this week on a budget. Oh, we'll do it on a $50 budget per week, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, well, bravo, but I've got maybe $25 a week that I can do. So, yeah, like, I mean, it was a scary thing to do. But I prepared for it. I squirreled money away the first 2 months before I started. And I started buying the things that I knew I would need, little by little. And so then when I started actually doing my diet, I set my macros for 15 carbs, and then I was just eating within my carb range. I was liberal with my fats. My protein was kind of a menace because it was hard to keep down, but I'm working on it. And carbs were something that I was so afraid of that most days I would do anywhere from 8 to 12 carbs, without really even trying, because I developed a love for bacon and eggs. so yeah, like, it, that's kind of how I've been working my keto. And then as I started getting energy days, like, I would have these energy days where, like, I felt like I was a freaking rocket. Like, it would always seem to be on a Tuesday that I would have, like, the most energy for the first few weeks. And then, like, I started wanting to work out. So I bought myself a hula hoop, which you might be able to see in the corner over there. And I have a stability ball, which I'm sitting on right now. And I use these now 2 to 3 times a week. And so I've kind of just let my diet carry me, like, let everything carry me to my next step. And I do intermittent fasting, and I tried my first Water Wednesday yesterday, and that was hard because I was hungry when I woke up, so I just drank a lot of water.